What is happening, YouTube? How y'all doing today? My name is Joe, just your average Joe, hanging out in the garage. We got lots of sales to go over today, so make sure you stick around. Some big items, big dollars. Did some big, pretty good things the last 2 days. Um, been reselling full time for 8 years, so I can certainly share a thing or two. But I've been using eBay since 2000, so I've been buying and selling on eBay. I guess you would call it just randomly, just throughout the years for a long time. But again, full time eBay reseller for about the last 8 years, and yeah. So definitely, if you have any questions or anything, drop comments. I'm here to help. That's partly why I'm doing this, is to help folks out. Hopefully, I can drop a few nuggets along the way to help you guys in your journey. That's kind of again why I've started doing this. So, but we got one comment to go over, and then we have sales to pull. So we'll go over that in a moment. So again, just your average Joe. This is all raw and unedited. We don't do any editing around here. So whatever comes off the top of this, it just comes out, and we're just gonna roll with it. But anyway, Blake is the only comment this time. Blake says, funny seeing you switch from YouTube mode to dad mode. I appreciate the wisdom and keep making the videos. Well, I appreciate you, Blake. I will continue making videos because I'm here anyway, so I might as well take an extra 20-30 minutes to do a video. I mean, why not? So I'm going to be in here doing the same thing regardless. It is supposed to be a scorcher today, so let me start there too. So I'm already starting to feel the sweat happening. It is 11:30 in the morning. It's supposed to get up to 100 today without the heat index. Yesterday it was 98. Heat index was 107. So I'd imagine today will be in the 110 range with the heat index. Crazy hot. So it's just, and it's so humid. That's the other part. It's not that dry heat, man. It's the humid heat. So it's just brutal, man. You walk outside for 2 minutes and you're starting to pour. Anyway, hopefully everybody had a great 4th of July. I enjoyed myself with family, friends, and doing fireworks, doing a little bit of drinking, and just hanging out. Did some cooking. I was manning the grill yesterday, so that was brutal doing that. The heat was ridiculous. But anyway, hopefully you had a wonderful 4th of July, and you had an awesome time. If you had to work, hopefully you're making bank while you were working, double time and a half, triple time and a half, whatever it ends up being on holiday pay. But hopefully you were getting paid some extra bucks at least if you did have to work. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed your day. That's the main thing. And let's start going over some sales. First thing that sold was those tulip stands. Now everything that I'm going over is sales from Wednesday through right now. And I did have 2 sales that I packed up on Wednesday, I think on video with you guys, because they had to be, their time frame was for Wednesday. So a couple of these items I may have already touched on possibly on the last video, but I believe maybe I can't remember. But anyway, let's actually go over the number real quick. Check this out. So eBay's finally, I'm not going to say eBay's turning around. I just had a little nice couple days. People have been home, they've been shopping, and I had things that people wanted. So that's all I'm going to chalk it up to right now. It's not an eBay thing. If you know and you've been sticking around with me for a while, the last 10 days or so have been pretty brutal. As far as what I'm used to doing, and my normal sales, and what my goal is. My goal is 200 a day or 1,400 for the week. So you're gonna have a day where you only have $50 to $100, and you have another day where you have $400. But ultimately, at the end of the week, I need to see $1,400. And so the last 2 weeks or so, we've not hit our goal. And I was getting ready to start going cross listing and doing that kind of stuff. But this week, it seems like we're going to hit goal. And as long as I'm going to keep putting stuff up, because I got a bunch of inventory, and then tomorrow's yard sale day. So I still have the table somewhat full of stuff from last week, because I just had a busy week this week with 4th of July and all that kind of stuff. But we'll be out yard selling tomorrow. There wasn't really much out today, and I really didn't even look for today. I mean, I looked, but there's a couple that I could have went to, but I was just like, I got enough to do. I'm already falling behind. We got to go back to my in-laws to help pick up and clean up and all that kind of stuff. And so, I got to get this knocked out. I got some other things today I got to get knocked out. So I was like, it's just going to push me back if I go out today. I'll go out tomorrow, like business as usual. So we've got plenty of inventory, and I'll be getting more tomorrow. So I'll do another share video tomorrow of all the stuff that I picked up. But yeah, hopefully the sales continue. So we had 15 sales over the past 2 days for a whopping $1,218.26. So what is that per item? That's a pretty good per item. What is that? 218 divided by 15. What's my average sale? My average sale cost was $81.20. That is amazing. That is amazing. So anyway, let's go ahead and start pulling some orders. The first thing that sold was those tulip stands. They're actually sitting right here. I'm not going to pull them up, but the tulip stands for the bows, those sold for $285 plus shipping. They do break down, so I can actually, they got some bolts and stuff, so I can break them down and make it a smaller packed box than it staying as it is, being all huge. So I'll be able to break those down and get those shipped out. Next thing that sold was, let's see, Shark Maneater and Mario Party. Shark Maneater and Mario Party. What are you doing? What's going on? Okay. You guys playing good? Everything going okay? Okay. Mario Party 10 on Wii U sold for $19 free shipping, and then Maneater on PS4 went for I believe it was $10.44. It was on a sale, markdown sale, $10.44 plus shipping, or I'm sorry, free shipping on that one. So there's that. Next thing that sold. And anytime, any of you video game folks, anytime I send out a loose game, I put them in a junk case that I have. Just picked up through a collection or something like that. I usually get a bunch of junk cases. Next thing, Super Tennis. Super Tennis. This is minty too. It's pretty nice condition, but Super Tennis game complete in box for Super Nintendo. This sold for $13 free shipping. Let's see. Next thing that sold was Spider-Man and did it work? It did. Perfect. No problem. I would just FYI, I would let it run for a bit before you turn it off, and then I would because here's the problem: if it's not holding a charge, then the minute you turn it off somewhere else, it won't crank. So what I would do is if you're gonna, what I would do, I would go to AutoZone with it and have them battery test it while it's running. So because you don't have to turn it off when you go there, and they can test the battery, and then they can see if it's good or not before you know what I mean. Yeah. So that way, if you know it's good, it's charging, it's holding a charge, it's got good cells, then you should be fine. And the alternator will charge it back up, and you should be good to go. Okay. If it's got dead cells and it's not good and not pulling a charge, or you know what I mean, like recharging, yeah, then that machine will tell them that, and they'll be like, okay, yeah, it's not actually charging up. Okay. So then likelihood if you turn that off, it won't turn back on. I mean, you can test it and use my jumper cables again. Let it run for maybe 15 minutes, and then turn it off. Let it sit for maybe 10 minutes. Turn it back on and see if it actually cranks. If it cranks, then you should be good. Okay. So if you don't want to go through that process, then. No, because I don't want to go to get it inspected and take it there, and then they can't even turn it on. Correct. Yes, because or you forget, you get stranded, and you're like, oh dang, I didn't even remember, and because that's happened to me. Yeah. So I would maybe do that test here and then just let it sit. And if you need the jumper cables again, you can just grab them. Okay. So, all right. No problem. Alrighty. Sorry about that. Mario Bros sold for $20 plus shipping. And Spider-Man 3 UMD for the PSP sold for $9.50 plus shipping. So there's that. Yeah, see, like this is a really junk case. It's all smashed up and everything. It's all messed up, but it's good still for shipping out discs. So there's that. Saturn. Where's the Saturn at? Is the Saturn right here? No. Where's the Saturn? So I just picked this up. All right, so I just picked up. These sell so fast, and they sell for $200 all day. So if you can pick up a Saturn, Sega Saturn, and this only has one controller with it. It's got the hookups and one controller. 190 plus shipping, I believe it sold for. Yeah, 190 plus shipping. I just picked that up on a deal like 2 weeks ago. I just got it up on eBay like 4 days ago, and boom, it sold. Saturns always sell really well for me, and they always sell around that $200 range. So next thing that sold was these sold. So I picked these up. Polaroid. These are Polaroid time zone film inserts, the vintage film inserts. They're expired, but people still use these. I saw them at a yard sale for like $5 for the pair, and I was like, I think I offered her 3, and she was like, "Would you take? Would we go 4?" And I was like, "Sure, I'll go 4." Sold for $38 plus shipping for the pair. So pretty good. Yeah, not a bad pickup. But keep an eye out for vintage Polaroid, especially if it's sealed. Any kind of media that's sealed, that's old vintage stuff, it's worth taking a shot for a couple bucks. A lens sold. If I can find it. Here it is. All right. So this lens sold for, I don't think it had a cover on it, did it? No. So these Nikon lenses, I always pick these up too. Usually I can pick them up pretty cheap. But the Nikon lens, this is the DX 1855. Is that the right one? Yeah, 1855 DX Nikon AFX or AF. Anyway, Nikon lens, $40 plus shipping, 40 plus shipping. So there's that. A Nintendo 64, I believe it's that one over there. Nintendo 64 system only. System only sold for. Oh, that's not it. Is it? Oh, that's not it. I gotta find that one actually. N64 with Star Fox. Let's see. With blue controller. N64 with Mario. I gotta find this one. N64 Forsaken. N64 with wireless. Yep, nope. All right, I gotta figure that one out because I remember. Oh, I think this is it right here. Nope, that's not it. If I remember correctly, I may be short one system, and I think I may have oversold. I may have oversold, so I got to check that out. It might be that one over there, but I can't remember. So I may have oversold an N64. If that's the case, I gotta take one active one down and get one shipped out for this gentleman. So that I'll figure that one out off camera. Because I had a bundle. I had a bunch of N64. In fact, I get them pretty regularly, but I tested out because I had so many and I didn't have enough filler games to put with them. So I ended up doing 3 systems by themselves with just the AV cable, power cable, and system and one controller. And I did a bulk auction or bulk listing of 4 items. And then I remember at one point I added one because I think I removed one because it had all filler games with it. So that one might be it actually, the one over there. And then I added one to my bundle. So removed one to add one to my bundle and my plan was I think to get rid of those filler games at another time. Anyway, I'll figure that out off camera. My mind's rambling. But a Nintendo 64 sold for $70 plus shipping. Just the system with one controller, power cable, and AV cable. That's it. Next thing that sold is this, which bought this for $1. And I don't. It's just I just that intuition part, man. I don't look stuff up, but I had a feeling. This is an old Palm. If anybody knows Palm Trios, this is a Palm Trio, or actually this is a Palm One. So, but Palm used to be a big player in the cell phone game, but this is an old PDA It actually works still. It fires up and works. There you go. Powers up and works. It's got the cable. I had to buy the cable. The cable was more than this. I bought this at a yard sale for $1. I got the cable for $8. So I'm in it for like $9. But it sold for $29.99 plus shipping. So there's that. So you never go wrong, man, with some old school PDAs and things like that. And I'm not gonna say they sell for a ton, but they usually sell pretty well. Like the Nokia, like the Razr. You guys, if you watch both of those Nokia Razrs sold for me within the first week of putting them up. One was complete in box, the other one was loose for parts and repair. They both sold. The parts and repair sold for like $14, and this is the old Motorola Razrs, man. And then the one in the box that was working complete sold for $60. There's still a market for those old phones, so don't sleep on them. Anyway, next thing that sold, a knife, Imperial, little pocket knife. So I don't know a ton about pocket knives, but I pick them up from time to time if they're cheap and they look cool. So this was an Imperial pocket knife that sold for $15 plus shipping. I probably picked it up for a buck or two. Max Payne sold. This is for PC, complete. Sold for $12.34 plus shipping. $12.34 plus shipping. So Max Payne, that came in a bundle with something I got in a bundle. Red Nintendo DS. A red Nintendo DS. This one right here. All right, so this is a little bundle, red Nintendo DS bundle. So there's that. It comes with the charger, a bunch of games. So pretty nice condition. Sold for $85.49 plus shipping on that one. And then the last sale was the Sony CyberShot. I just had somebody send me a message about this and ask if let's see, Sony CyberShot. They asked me if I would take, I believe it's this one. They asked me if I would take less if I took out like the is it a CyberShot? That's the right one? W530. Yep. So they sent me a message and said, "Will you take less if you just sell me the camera and the charger? Because it's basically complete in the box with all the cables and the software. So it's, I'm gonna get a premium out of it because it's complete. Memory card, of course, you guys know how I do with the memory cards. If you haven't been with me before, I always throw in a free memory card. This one may have had a memory card already. Actually, no. Yes, it did. It had a memory card, 4 gig, but it had a memory card already included. So, but I always try to add memory cards and things like that to sweeten up the deal. But yeah, it has a little case with it and everything. It's a little hard to see with the glare. I'm starting to sweat. I can feel it. But this sold for $180 plus shipping. $180 plus shipping. So I will say, I believe it was Wednesday morning. Yeah, because I think we talked about it on Tuesday. So Wednesday morning, I did a sale promotion on all my items and did 5% off. I normally go harder than that. However, if you've been following me for a little bit, like 10 days ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I went through the store and I manually dropped every single item. Every item, 650 items. I went in, every single one of them, and I just lowered the price on everything. So I didn't do a promo. I just went in and lowered price. So I didn't feel that I had to lower or do too big of a markdown sale because I already lowered the prices on everything. So I did a 5% markdown, and then I ended the marketing promo and I relaunched the marketing promo. That tends to help sometimes too. So I ended it and then relaunched it. And as you can see, here we are. We're selling stuff again. Things are popping again. So all the stuff that sold has been sold under the 5% discount or the marketing promotion. So so there's that. So I'm an advocate. Relaunch that stuff. If you have continuous, I'd relaunch it at least once a month. End it and relaunch it. Continuous. When I look at that graph, it just tanks at some point, and I'm just like, well, okay, well, let me end it and restart it. So, but that's it. Those are the sales for the last 2 days. I'm gonna jump in the house for about 10 minutes and cool off, and then I'm gonna come back out and start packing and shipping. So I'm gonna post this video too while I'm doing that. But that's all I got for you guys. Not a whole lot to cover today. If you have any questions, comments about anything, feel free to drop a comment. I'm ready to answer questions. So if you have any questions about reselling, how anything works, where I source stuff from, which I've already touched on that, but it's always new eyeballs on us. So I'll anything you want to cover, packing, shipping, sourcing, how to do eBay, how to set up an eBay store, how to whatever. What do you use to print? What do you use to this? What kind of tape? 3-inch tape? What kind of tape do you use? 3-inch tape? All that kind of stuff. I'll be happy to help. But anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. Where do you get your packing stuff from? Family and friends mostly. But anyway, enjoy the rest of the day, guys. Have a wonderful Friday, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow, I'll do a show-off video on everything we picked up in yard sales, especially if we had a good yard sale day. So have a good, wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see y'all probably tomorrow. Bye, everybody.